Hi everyone, welcome back to Wrestling Fun with Father and Son. I'm Father Matt and this is Son.
Hi.
And this is our AEW's Explosive Elite Review. Yep, AEW 29th of the 1st, 2020. Saw John Moxley coming out with an eye patch. He came down through the crowd, did a bit of promo about how Jericho was always hiding behind the inner circle, that he was going to take the title off Jericho at Revolution. So it's officially been made now, Kai. And then he called out Jericho, but he wanted him out there without the inner circle. Jericho then came out without the inner circle, which was quite interesting. They did a bit of a stare down. There's a new little thing that's now cropping into AEW, which is the crowds starting to sing Jericho's theme tune. That happened a couple of times during their show, which is quite interesting to see. He's kind of a betweener, I find, Jericho. He's kind of, you love him, hate him.
Booing him.
Yeah, they normally boo him after they've sort of sung his theme tune, but they will sort of sing his theme tune, which is quite interesting. He did some remarks about Moxley's mother. He said the match wasn't going to happen tonight between him and Moxley, that he wasn't going to get this beat down. Then he calls...
said it was going to happen at Revolution.
Yeah, it's going to happen at Revolution, that's it. Then he sort of called out his own inner circle. They come out, didn't they? He said it's not 5-on-1, it's 5 against the Arena and Moxley, because Moxley's from Cleveland.
He's actually from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, isn't it Ohio? Well, he said something about Cleveland, didn't he? He said he sort of come from Cleveland. That's what I thought he said.
He said he was born from that.
Oh, he was born there, was he? Right, yeah, well, he hasn't a connection to Cleveland anyway. And then Jericho said, well, Santana Ortiz have brought some help, and there were like these 5 random sort of guys that come out, so it made it 10 on 1.
Ortiz started to try to attack Moxley, but Moxley came at Ortiz.
Yeah, that's it. They were sort of walking down the ramp. Moxley sort of stood up to Ortiz, and he did a paradigm shift to Ortiz, and then he sort of ran at the rest of the inner circle. Only there'd be a brawl, and they'd be separated by security and officials and stuff. Yep, and he paradigm shift to one of the sort of a security sort of police officers, whatever they kind of were, and then Moxley went through the crowds. That was how they sort of started AEW. Then we had a Butcher and Blade video, which I thought was really, really nicely done, with MJF giving some money to the Bunny, saying, I want you to take out the Young Bucks. That's kind of the gist of the video. Then we had the Butcher, the Blade with the Bunny versus the Young Bucks with MJF on commentary, with Wardlow sort of standing behind him, that sort of thing. They said during this match that next week's AEW will have the 10 lashes for Cody, so they're starting now to get the stipulations coming into it for that match. Not really much this match. The Young Bucks won. I like the Butcher and the Blade's look. I just don't like their ring work, and I think they kind of are missing something. They're missing a mouthpiece. They need a 4th member to sort of be the sort of mouthpiece, but like I say, the Young Bucks won. Then the Butcher and the Blade attacked the Young Bucks, only for then Kenny Omega to come down and help, and then slowly, should I say, behind him is Adam Page with a beer. He gave his beer to one of the Young Bucks and said, hold my beer, sort of thing, and he did a buckshot clothesline, and then that was how they ended that. Then we had Nyla Rose versus Big Swole. Nyla Rose won. Nothing much to that. Kip Sabian versus Cody Rhodes with Alan Anderson. Obviously, Kip Sabian had Penelope Ford. That's a very important note, because she did get involved in this match. There's a point where she threw a boot into the ring, didn't she? And Double A sort of got a bit in the referee's face because of this, that she kept interfering. He got into the ref's face, he'd given a sort of chest bump, and then got ejected from the building, which wasn't very good for Cody. But then Penelope Ford did a Hurricanrana on the outside, only for Kip Sabian to do sort of a spin and sort of dive to the outside. That was one of the spots. And then they did quite a funny spot, I think, after this, because they went to sort of kiss into sort of the barrier, only for whose head to pop up out of the barrier.
Joey Janela.
Yep, Joey Janela was obviously at ringside. He sort of put his head up. They both kissed him, and then he sort of backed away, giving him the finger. And then Cody Rhodes did a dive, flip thing to the outside. So that was a bit of a distraction there. But in the end, it was Cody Rhodes who got the win. Not surprised, to be honest. Then we had Britt Baker do another interview with Tony Schiavone. This week it was better. I've got to admit, this was a better promo from Britt Baker. After last week's diabolical promo, it was the worst promo I've ever heard in a long while. This was actually a very good one. She's actually done well. Whether or not that's scripted or not, we don't know. That could be scripted, I'm thinking. Next we had SCU coming out in Laker jerseys. Obviously Kobe Bryant died at last weekend, which tragically in a helicopter crash, so they were doing a little bit of a tribute to him, which was quite nice to see. They were against Hybrid 2. SCU got the win, only for then a video to go on the screen of the Dark Order warning the SCU that they were probably going to come for them. I've heard a rumour that Brody Lee, aka Luke Harbour, could be the Dark Order's leader, or he could be the Butcher the Blades leader. We don't really know, but yep, that is a rumour going out there. And then the main event: Private Party and Darby Allin versus Santana Ortiz and Jericho, with Sammy and Jake Hager. Not much again. After this match is more important than the match. It was Jericho did the Judas elbow and got the win. Inner Circle were attacking Private Party and Darby Allin, only for them Moxley to come down with a baseball bat.
It looks like Stig's baseball
Yeah,
bat.
a bit like that, the black baseball bat. That's it. He sort of attacked the Inner Circle and they sort of backed up to the ramp and they had a little bit of a stare down.
I think he did it to Jericho.
He didn't do it to Jericho. Jericho tried to get in there, but he sort of backed off a little bit when he saw Moxley had the bat. Yeah, so that's how they ended. So yeah, again, like we say, what's the word? Consistent, isn't it, Kai? Consistent AEW. I really like that Moxley angle. It's really fleshing out, and can't wait to see how they do that for the next couple of weeks. Anyway, that was AEW. Next video will be SmackDown. Could be tomorrow, Sunday. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in that video. So I'll say goodbye, and say goodbye, Kai.
Goodbye.